In late 2009, Tiger Woods was exposed for being involved in several extramarital affairs. This scandal and the subsequent media coverage, both social and traditional, ended up costing Woods his marriage, millions of dollars in endorsement contracts, his #1 ranking, and most importantly, his innocence in the eyes of the world. On November 25, 2009, the National Enquirer leaked a story which stated Tiger Woods had been cheating on his wife with several women, including a nightclub promoter named Rachel Uchtdal. It claimed that the woman had been photographed leaving his hotel in Melbourne during the Australian Masters. With understandable reason, it was looked upon like most other stories that the tabloid has published, a sort of take-it-as-you-will attitude. 2 days later, on the 27th of November, the Florida State Highway Patrol are called to Woods' home by his neighbor in the Islesworth subdivision. He states in his 911 call that there was a car crash and the driver was laying down on the ground unconscious. Woods' website later released reports that he had been released from the hospital after being treated for his injuries. In early December, Jamie Grubbs, as well as several other women, alleged to have had an affair with Woods. Grubbs, who was a 31-year-old waitress at the time, claimed to have had an affair with Woods lasting 31 months and had in her possession several text messages to prove it. On December 11th, Tiger Woods released a statement on his website saying that he was taking an indefinite break from the game of golf to address his marriage problems. In his statement, he also confessed to infidelity for the first time publicly, saying, "I am deeply aware of the disappointment and hurt my infidelity has caused to so many people, most of all, my wife and children." Late December brought on even more bad news for Woods, as AT&T became the second sponsor to drop him from advertising campaigns, after the global consulting firm Accenture had done so earlier in the month, saying that he was no longer the right representative. Although AT&T dropped Woods' sponsorship, they continued to support the Tiger Woods Foundation, which develops and supports community-based programs to improve the overall well-being of children. Media pressure on Woods had been relentless since the news broke in November, so on February 19, 2010, Woods makes his first public statement since the news of his affair broke. It reads, "I know I have bitterly disappointed all of you. I have made you question who I am and how I could have done the things that I did." He continues on to ask the media for privacy from his wife and children, as he believes it is right to shield them. A week later came more bad news for Woods, as Gatorade announced it will join a list of sponsors to drop him from advertisements. However, like AT&T, will continue to support his foundation. Spokesperson said, "We no longer see a role for Tiger in our marketing efforts and have ended our relationship, but do wish Tiger well as he works through these private matters." Less than a month later, Woods was again in the spotlight in the media with a press release stating, "I plan to return to the game of golf in April at the Masters." Woods said, "The Masters is where I won my first major, and I view this tournament with great respect. After a long and necessary time away from the game, I feel I am ready to start my season at Augusta." It was obvious that Tiger's popularity began to plummet in the days after his wreck in late November of 2009. Even with that fact apparent, it was obvious that Americans still wanted him to win at the Masters. In a CNN opinion poll in 2010, 60% of those who answered said they wanted Tiger to win, 20% they didn't want him to win, and the other 20% didn't care one way or the other. Finally, on August 12, 2010, Woods' lawyers released a statement that his divorce had been finalized. It was reported that his ex-wife, Elin Nordgren, received $110 million in a settlement. It finally seemed as if the so-called Tiger Woods scandal was coming to an end. A much-needed break from the media for Tiger and the American public alike.